He rounded the corner just as the late afternoon sun gilded the streetlights with a soft glow. His polished leather shoes clicked against the sidewalk, each step measured, confident. He had arrived early to pick up his daughter from piano lessons, but a slight rustling noise drew his attention. Ahead, huddled beside a low brick wall, a small boy strained under the weight of two bulging bags, his eyes brimming with tears. The millionaire paused, instinctively loosening his silk tie. He did not always stop for lost souls, but today he is. Heart clenched at the sight of such desperation. The boy, no more than 10 or 11, wore clothes too large for him, an oversized jacket whose sleeves dangled past his wrists, and trousers patched at the knees. With every step, one bag scraped the pavement, its contents jingling faintly as if begging for relief. "Hey there," he said gently, stepping forward. His voice was soft, but carried enough authority to startle the boy into stillness. The boy looked up, his cheeks wet, eyes wide with fear and wariness. "Sir," he whispered, voice trembling. "Please, I can't stop. I have to get these to the station." He didn't ask for help. Pride or panic must have driven him onward. The millionaire crouched, reaching out to steady the heavier bag. "What's in these?" he asked, voice steady. The boy hesitated, lips quivering. "My mum's medicines," he said finally, and his voice broke. The millionaire glanced inside the scratched plastic containers. Bottles of pills, vials of insulin, a small syringe. He realized instantly this child carried his mother's life in those trembling arms. "You're taking them where?" "To the clinic," the boy sniffed. "It closes at 5. The millionaire glanced at his expensive watch. 5 past. His daughter's lesson would go on for another 10 minutes. The clinic was 2 blocks away, across town. He looked at the boy, then around. No taxis passed. The streets were quieting as the world prepared for evening. "Hop in," he said, nodding toward his car. It gleamed black, its door swinging open as if waiting. The boy stiffened. "I can't," he protested. "You can," the millionaire insisted. "Or you can drop these and run." "But I think your mother needs them." Tears welled again as the boy climbed into the car, clinging to the bag as if it were a lifeline. The door clicked shut, and the millionaire slid in beside him. He regarded the child's grime-streaked face, the hollow cheeks, the dark circles beneath his eyes. "What's your name?" he asked quietly. "Ethan," came the reply. "And your mother?" "Marisol." They drove in silence, the boy's small frame huddled on the leather seat. The millionaire's mind raced. Who was this woman? Why was her son forced into toil? The clinic's neon sign flickered ahead. He parked, grabbed both bags and the boy's small hand, and ushered him inside. A tired nurse took the bags with relief, praising Ethan's courage. His shoulders sagged. As he turned to leave, his knees buckled, and the millionaire caught him. "You should sit," he said firmly, settling Ethan into a plastic chair. "Sir," Ethan began. "You don't have to call me sir," the millionaire smiled. "Do you need water?" The boy nodded, and the millionaire brought him a cold glass. Ethan sipped gratefully, then looked up, curiosity and fear warring in his eyes. "Why are you helping me?" he asked softly. "Because sometimes the world needs a reminder that no one should face such burdens alone," the man replied. "Tell me about your mother." Ethan's voice cracked as he described the small apartment they shared, the months since his father vanished, the mounting rent owed, the day Marisol collapsed. He spoke of her cough that rattled her ribs, the doctors, warnings of failing kidneys, the price of treatments that soared beyond their means. He confessed how she had grown too weak to work, and how he had taken to sweeping streets, hauling bags for gain to pay for medicines. The millionaire closed his eyes. His own life of board meetings and acquisitions felt suddenly hollow. He listened until Ethan's tears dried and only tired eyes remained. "Ethan," he said, placing a hand on the boy's shoulder, "when your mother leaves here today with her medicines, I want you both to come with me." Ethan stared. "Why?" "Because you're family now," the man said. He revealed his name, Jonas Carrington, the youngest son of a steel magnate, whose foundation provided millions in scholarships. He had everything, yet never felt more empty than watching a boy struggle to save his mother's life. Over the next hour, he arranged for Marisol's treatment, paid off the hospital debts, and secured a room at the finest rehabilitation center. He transferred funds to cover rent and food. Then he took Ethan, still in his threadbare clothes, to his own home. The mansion loomed marble floors, high ceilings, servants in precise uniforms. Ethan stared in awe, uncertain. "Welcome home," Jonas said kindly. He guided the boy to a guest suite furnished with warm blankets, soft pillows, a desk he could study at. He handed Ethan a suitcase packed with fresh clothes. The boy's eyes glistened. Tears came again as he whispered, "Thank you." Jonas crouched before him. "There's one more thing," he said. From his jacket he produced an envelope. "For school, and whatever hobbies you want to pursue." Ethan hesitated, then took the envelope. Inside were tickets to a prestigious private school, supplies, even money earmarked for art classes, his passion. Jonas smiled. "Now you can face your future without fear." That evening, Marisol emerged, steady on her feet, but still frail. She recognized her son and stumbled. Ethan embraced her, pressing her head into his dad's collars. She raised her head and looked at Jonas. "You saved my boy," she whispered. "I intend to save you both," he replied. In the days that followed, Ethan's life transformed. He attended school, made friends, joked at dinner with his new family. Jonas introduced him as his nephew, surprising relatives and colleagues, but ending any questions with a firm nod. Under the Foundation's charter, Marisol became a patient with full medical coverage. She recovered strength, laughter returning to her lips, yet the heartache of their past lingered. One night, as Jonas and Ethan walked the garden, Ethan asked, "Do you ever regret it? Helping me?" Jonas shook his head. "No. You reminded me that wealth isn't measured by bank accounts, but by what we give. You taught me that." Ethan smiled. "I thought millionaires only cared about money." "Some do," Jonas admitted. "But others, like me, need a lesson in humanity." 6 months later, at a gala for the Foundation, Marisol spoke at the podium. Dressed in a simple, elegant gown, she faced an audience of philanthropists and socialites. She told her story, how without that kindness, her son would have lost her. She urged others to look beyond ledgers to the faces in need. Ethan sat beside Jonas, applause ringing in his ears. He caught his guardian's eye, and Jonas winked. He felt proud, not of wealth, but of the boy whose tears had unmasked the true cost of living. That night, as the final guests departed, Jonas and Ethan walked the mansion halls. Ethan paused by a portrait, a painting of Jonas's late father, stern eyes and lined face. Ethan touched the frame. "He'd be proud of you," he said. Jonas studied the portrait. For the first time, he understood his father's legacy. 2. Use power for good. He squeezed Ethan's shoulder. "And I am proud of you." The moon drifted across the sky, silver light spilling onto polished floors. A boy who once dragged burdens in tears now carried hope. A millionaire who once measured worth in millions now measured in lives saved. And together, they discovered that sometimes the smallest hands can hold the heaviest burdens, and the greatest hearts can lift them.